All right, guys, welcome back to another Gear or Gadget. As you can see, we're in a little bit of a different setup today. We're here at the Mobile Hunters Expo here in Southern Ohio, and I have with me Kyle Skelly.
Yep.
Kyle, you're new to the show. Have you ever watched Gear or Gadget on us?
I have not.
A couple rules got to go over real quick. Number one, we are not brand bashing here. Number two, no use of the term game changer. Chad hates it. Everyone in the office hates it.
We all hate it.
Yeah. We're not, nothing's changing the game here.
No,
We're
sir.
just making life a little easy on ourselves.
That's it.
And then number three, if you guys like the video, be sure to like and subscribe, leave us a comment down below, and let's get right into it.
So I'm Kyle Skelly with Innovating The Outdoors. We've been in business now for 2 years, and we mostly 3D print. We're actually starting to get into some hand-sewn products. But what I have here is basically our trademark product that kickstarted us and really got us into the industry big time. What it is just it's a gear hanger designed specifically for bow hunting, typically in public land situations in most states. The issue is you're not allowed to screw in bow hangers, this and that. So we came up with a design and an option for the market to basically eliminate screw in stuff into the trees, and we try to design everything around that basis. So what you have here is you have your gear hanger, comes in 3 different sizes. You also have your gear hooks, which you would hang say backpack, bino harness, grunt tube, something along those lines. And we have a locking mechanism similar to a Night Eyes Figure 9. So we kind of took that concept from Night Eyes and kind of adopted it into a different setting, and that's what we do. So we've been selling these now for 2 years. We're probably pushing close to 3,000 of these out in the field. Feedback's been great, so pretty cool.
Yeah, they look awesome. So how much do those things run?
So we're running these for about anywhere between $25 to $26 depending on the size. You're right around that $25 range. We've tried to keep our costs pretty stable through the pandemic and everything, so we haven't seen a lot of price increase in our industry, so we haven't had to really pass on anything. So it's been really, really nice.
Oh, perfect. Can I see that?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
it looks like it's sturdy. Wow. So I know with 3D printing, there's a couple different types of plastic that you can get.
Yes, sir.
What plastic you guys using for this here?
So that plastic there is PETG. We're using PETG for about 95% of what we make. We do use some TPU, which is a rubber type material. We've tested some rubber type material on bow hangers, but you always run the risk, it becomes too flexible. We've went with a PETG. We've got it to a point where we print it to replicate ABS pretty dang close. With me, I got a family. I work out of my house, so I avoided ABS at all costs because it's toxic to print. And I'm printing inside my house. So I got a little boy, about 2 years old now. So I wanted to do the safest thing I possibly could with him in the house. So that's why we transitioned really into PETG. And stuff holds up great. It has great characteristics when it comes to outdoor use, UV protection. It's not going to break down with the elements. So it's really a lifelong product.
Oh yeah, it seems super, super sturdy. We've had bow hangers on Gear or Gadget before. Cameron brought one from Genesis 3D, I want to say. He had the bow hanger.
Yep,
and
great
the
company,
gear
great
hooks
guy.
here. Yeah. These ones, sorry, Cameron, but I kind of like this a little better. It's a little beefier. With that other bow hanger, it was a little smaller. It was definitely shorter up top here. Still as long, maybe not as wide. The issue he was running into when he was running the saddle is every time he would stand up, it was on his bridge. So that bow wanted to roll forward.
Absolutely.
I like how this is separate here.
Yeah, so if he was running one of the tether hooks, and I've seen this, I've tried tether hooks. The only thing that we've been able to find that combats that, we came up with a product that's one of our best selling products. It's actually called the Ohm, and I won't get into it in too depth, but it actually keeps tension on your tether. So when you're running that tether hanger, it keeps the tension on that rope, because that's the biggest thing. If you take tension off your rope and you slackline your tether and you got your bow on it, it's on the ground.
Yeah.
And now we're talking, some of us have upwards of $2,000 tied up into our bow, and that's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah, you don't want that falling 20 feet to the ground. That's
No, you
for
don't,
sure.
sir. No, you don't.
Yeah, I like how sturdy this is. Definitely going to have to pick one up. This locking mechanism here, I'm really a big fan of. We just found out we grew up, 10 minutes down the road
Yeah,
from
about
each
10
other?
minutes away. Yep.
Pennsylvania is famous for all of its public land. You're not supposed to screw anything in. I hunt the PA Big Woods up north a lot for public, and this will be a lifesaver up there for sure.
We've even honestly seen, especially with my local friends back home, we've seen a huge rise of it with us, just with property owners. I know a couple of the lots that I have private access to hunt on.
Mhm.
You know, I show them my setups before I go out and I'm asking for permission. I'll bring my whole setup and show them, look, I'm going up and I'm going down and I'm bringing everything with me. And the biggest thing, you know, when I talk with these homeowners or these landowners is, you know, please don't screw anything in the tree, you know,
Mhm.
because a lot of them are timbering their properties at certain points, you know, every 15 or so years, they'll come
Yeah.
through and select cut. And when you get that stuff and send it through the timber yard, it ends up really doing some damage to
Mhm.
those lumber yards. So
Yeah.
that's another real big positive with, you know, all these innovations that are coming out where we're getting away from screwing stuff into the tree. It's starting
Yeah.
to become really positive.
Oh yeah. Especially like, you know, I'm sure you did it as well as I growing up. Go up to Walmart, buy those screw-in bow hangers. Half of them don't even screw into the
Yeah.
tree.
So-
They're terrible. This is just super easy. Wrap it around the tree, lock it down. You're good to go.
Yep.
So, in my opinion, definitely a piece of gear for sure.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man.
What I brought on today. So, for those of you that have kept up with Gear Gadget, anytime I'm on, you know, I grew up in an archery shop. My grandfather's since retired. It's pretty much in a box taking up the entire attic and part of the garage. I was digging through the boxes last time I was home and I found this gem here. So this is the Game Plan gear. I think they just called it their bow pack. I don't know if they're still in business anymore. I couldn't find much about them, but I do know, I think it's XOP or Lone Wolf does make a version of this now.
Okay.
So basically what it is it's a sling pack where you open it up, you stick your bow in here with your string down, fold it over, you clip it in there. You have your straps in here that actually come down. They hook onto your cams. You can tighten them, and you can put your arrows back here on these gear hooks here. Walk right in the woods with it. Don't have to worry about holding it. Don't have to worry about holding your string and worrying about your peep twisting. It's nice and padded too, super durable. So you don't really, you know, better worry about, if you know, if you bang it off something. Some pretty thick padding in here. What I like though, since we're at the Mobile Hunters Expo,
Absolutely.
once you get to the tree, you tuck those pockets back in there, take your bow, take your arrows out. On the inside here, so you have all this padding here, and then you have 4 different pockets here for pretty much anything you could imagine. There's a strap tucked into the back here, and it just goes right around the tree, hang it right in the tree. If you're a saddle hunter, you got all your stuff right here.
Yep.
If you're a tree stand hunter, you got a nice place to take a nap. It's pretty comfy. I saw it, you know, I started asking my grandfather questions like, what the heck is that? And he started explaining it to me. I'm like, this thing is awesome.
Yeah. No, that's real slick. So I really like the idea of that thing going onto the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest thing with saddle hunting, I've been saddle hunting now. This will be my 3rd year, and last year I hunted every single set out of a saddle just so that I got fully comfortable with everything. It was more of a commitment year to me.
Yeah.
Just get fully adapted to it. So the thing that really sucks, no matter whose knee pads you buy or whatnot, you can't wear them in, so you pack them in.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried to wear them in. Like I said, it don't matter whose companies. I mean, they all make great stuff, but
Yeah.
it's for me. Maybe it's my leg build or whatnot, dude. You
Mhm.
can't wear them in. They're around your ankles, you know.
Oh yeah.
So this here, you now have that padding, and you actually don't even need to bring knee pads in with you.
Yeah.
You put this knee level on when you hang this up, you get in your saddle.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need knee pads anymore. And again, the other big thing with knee pads is when you move your knees on the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and you know a deer comes in undetected, you don't see them. You know, you're scraping that bark. That deer's gonna pick you off up in the air. So with this here, you have that nice. You know, this is almost like a fleece or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have that real nice quiet texture up against the tree. So for me, I mean, I see it just big just for that. You know, let alone it being a bow carrier as well.
Yeah, that's huge. I showed that to Cameron, and that really interested for the same thing too. You know,
Yeah.
those knee pads he has, you know, those big bulky rubber coatings on the outside. They're nice for, you know, saving your knees if you're a sitter. But like you said, you get like a loose, like a oak tree or something like that. You try and move a little bit, and it's just snap, crackle, pop, echoing through the woods.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm excited for it. Around Ohio this year, I'm gonna hunt a lot of ag, but also some swamps. PA, you know, I'm hunting hill country, so that's gonna be nice. With that, the handheld carrier on top, or the actual like over the shoulder sling for hiking up those hills. That's gonna be super nice to have that there.
I think you'll like it a lot, man.
Mhm.
I think when you look at this and like, you know, you look at a company, maybe if this game plan's still not in business,
Mhm.
a company picking up a design like this and running with it, making a couple modifications.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think a company really has a lot. They
Yeah.
have a lot of potential. I mean,
Oh,
that's it's a big market. I mean, I see the bow carriers and everything
Mhm.
with the straps. They're pretty big, man. I see some companies. They're really, people are forking out some good money for some high quality
yeah.
stuff. So there's a lot of potential in that, man.
Mhm.
A lot.
I like how protective this is. Like I had the Primo's bow carrier. I was thinking about getting the Sitka, like the Sitka bow carrier thing. Then I found this, and I'm like, why am I holding it by the cams, sights facing downwards, potentially walking through the woods, set sights banging off trees, and who else knows what, getting loose. Whereas in here, it's nice and protected.
Yep.
You know it's not going anywhere. Bow case like this, bow carrier, piece of gear for sure. What do you think?
Absolutely. I would totally agree. Something like that. Yeah, that's that's the first time I've seen one, man. And it's, I'd use something like that for sure.
All right, guys, this is part 2 of the Gear Gadget. You saw us earlier talking with Innovate The Outdoors about their awesome product, and I brought in the mobile bow case that you could take with you. And now we are with Elevate. And what did you guys bring to the table today?
So we're introducing the Element Ultra, and this is our new smaller lightweight stand coming in at 6.25 pounds. As you can see, it's packable. You can attach the sticks to it, so to make for just a complete package. We think that we found just the right weight and the right size for the mobile hunting game.
It also has the adjustment right here that if you want to use it as a saddle platform, it's light enough to carry in like a saddle platform.
And you can adjust the height of the base.
Why don't you change that, and then we can show them the angle that you can get.
So you
we had a
bring it down to
lot
the
of
bottom.
saddle hunters here that were looking at it because you got the angle that you can introduce into it. So
Yeah, that's a nice big platform.
Yep.
Nice. So with it being packable, so when you fold it up to pack it out, does that seat stay at that 90-degree angle then?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
locks into place right there to
Now-
give you.
Yeah, we generally throw a gear tie around it
Mm-hmm.
just to lock it in, but absolutely, yeah.
That is going to be a lifesaver because I ran the XOP Vanish, that big, heavy stand, and my biggest complaint was when you folded it down, that seat, if you didn't tie it up, it's smacking you in the back of the legs
Yeah.
the whole way you're walking into the woods.
Yep.
So that is going to be nice. Plus, once you tie it down, you probably stack some stuff on there too.
Yeah, obviously we wanted to create a system when we made the stand and the sticks. These are our Ascend sticks. They're not quite ready yet. They're not for sale yet, but they will be for hopefully the first part of September. These are prototype sticks, but they're very, very close to what we're going to end up on production. We've got magnets here. There's some pilot holes on the bottom to where you can click in. There's a little bit of noise when you put them together,
Mm-hmm.
but when you pull them apart, if you pull them apart straight, you're not going to hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you're fast and don't take your time putting together, obviously it's going to be a little bit louder, but
Wow.
I'm not holding that bottom one. So when you're climbing up your stand, you're putting your sticks as you go.
Mhm.
You got your little hook on the side. You don't have to have a J hook. You don't have to have another gear tie holding them together.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to make noise. They don't. They stick together.
I like that with the magnets. That is really nice.
And then once again, we were trying to create a system when we were designing everything, and those hooks. That's how you're.
Oh, see, 2 and 2.
Yep. So you're going to have 4. So we've spent a lot of time in Alaska packing with heavy packs. Obviously, you want as much weight as close to your body as possible and as high as possible. So that's why we decided not to come out on the post,
Yeah.
but we put them on the side and put them up as high as we could. So
I like that system. That is nice and compact.
yes.
4 sticks in a stand, and you're in.
Yep.
I really, really like how it does fold up to that 90-degree angle. It seems like, why hasn't anyone else thought of that yet?
Right.
Like all the other stands you see on the market, you either got to fold them up, tie them down, or you just got to let them loose and they smack you in the back of the legs.
Right. The other part is this heavy cushion. It's 1 3/4. So when it compacts, it's probably about 1.5 inches. So when you're talking about your height from the top of the stand is going to be around 21 inches if you put the pad on.
Yeah,
I tend to stand a lot, so I typically don't run one, but they are very, very comfortable.
So how much are these going to retail for? Just the stand itself?
Yeah, so the stand itself is $419.99.
Okay.
And then the sticks are going to be $99 for the 15-inch step to step,
Okay.
and 109 for the 18-inch step to step. So the overall on the bigger one is like 20 and 3/8, and the smaller one is like 17 and a quarter. So
Okay.
overall, and it's like 9.5, I think, on the width, because that's the other advantage of our sticks is we've got a double rung system. That was one of the biggest, when we talk to people, what do you like about sticks? What do you not like about sticks? The biggest complaint was there's not enough foot room as far as the depth on it. And not necessarily the width, that wasn't complaint, it was the depth. So you know, putting your sticks up, you got a doe coming in or something, you've got to stand on it for a while. It's going to be a lot more comfortable with the added width on there.
Yeah, I like the standoffs, especially with like how far away you're going to be and the bigger, beefier steps.
Yeah, and we decided to keep these sharp. They really dig into the tree. What I don't like about sticks is the ones that kick out.
Yeah.
And so we kept this really sharp. People can, you know, grind them down if they want to, but these aren't going to kick out on you if used properly.
Yep, and these are solid attached to the sticks. They're not the rotating ones.
That's right. That was the other complaint is they wanted a stick that had no moving parts, and so that's what we designed.
Yeah, I absolutely despised those sticks that I used that had the rotating.
I'm with
teeth.
you. I didn't like them either, and
No.
that's why we went with this direction.
I think the other thing that we can talk about a little bit is some of the comments that we've seen online where people have just seen the pictures and haven't gotten to see the stand in person was about the gaps or the openings in the stand and worried about maybe their heel, you know, catching in there or falling through. And so as you can see, it's hard to see, you know, or to judge just based off of pictures. And so, you know, the holes really are not as big as what it may appear, you know, in a picture.
The pictures, yeah.
And so, you know, you can walk around or turn around, and you don't have to worry about your heel falling through.
Yep.
So.
And so what? These are what, like 3x4 here?
Yeah.
So
about 3.5 inches wide.
just as like a comparison there, like you're
and
not going to fall through.
Obviously, it's maybe not a real world scenario, but we did have our 3-year-old nephew in his little Crocs walking around on these, you know, when we were doing the prototypes and stuff like that. So when someone with a size 10 rubber boot, they're not going to have any issue.
I'm excited to use this year. Definitely going to use and abuse, put it to the test. And see how many deer I can kill out of it.
Absolutely.
So one last thing, where can people find these at?
Yeah, so they can go to our website, www.elevatestand.co, or you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, but website is the best place to go and buy these.
All right, perfect.